I just introduced myself to it. Now, by a show of hands, who here has heard of Pathways? Every hand better be. I guess you get a pass. So, Pathways is the new program for Toastmasters. Instead of the bulky books that we used to have to carry around and switch out every couple of months, depending on what you're working on, now almost everything's online. The Pathways program is bringing Toastmasters really to the modern age and really providing a lot more detail on how to do things. So I'm going to talk about the start of my journey and why all of us should be doing this. Has anybody here gone out to Toastmasters.org, logged in, and gone to the Pathways link? Okay, so several of you. Okay. Now, has anybody actually gone out there and answered the questions and chosen a path?
I did.
Oh, excellent. Good. All right, so those of you, you're going to be familiar with what I'm talking about here. When you go out, it's very, very straightforward. It really is. The first thing that you're going to do when you go into the Pathways, it's going to have you take what's effectively a personality test. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions to try and steer you towards one of the multitude of paths you have to choose from. I said the things that I would like to work on, or if I had a choice, one was mentoring, one was coaching, one was time management, which may seem like a bit of a divergent from the others, but it's something that I think is very important to me. And I was sort of curious too, by choosing something that was a little bit different, what was it going to do? What it ended up doing was then asking me a whole series of questions on a scale of 1 to 5. What do I think about this? What do I think about that? Where are my skill sets at? What do I need to work on, etc.? Do I agree? Do I disagree? And it really only took about 5 minutes. And the key thing was, I did not take a lot of time to think about the answers. Now, if you've ever taken any sort of personality test, not necessarily like a logic test or an IQ test, but something where they're really wanting to know about you, like your personality type, the best thing to do is answer quick. You could take a long time trying to figure out and decide, but you may not get the answer you really think you're going to get. So my recommendation is when you go out there and do this, answer it right away. First thing that comes to mind, because that's really instinctual. It's really going to get you to where you want to go. Because when it came up, it said, here's your top 3 choices, here's your best one. All 3 of them had to do with leadership because of what I would focus on. I'm interested in coaching people, mentoring people, and time management. But the one it said fit the best was called innovative leadership. And it provides you a brief description of what it's about. One of the things it talks about is the sort of things you're going to work on and what the project ends with. Every one of them tells you that. And this one is designed to end with a high-performance leadership project, or HPL. If you've been in Toastmasters for a while, you've probably heard of an HPL. And I thought, well, this is perfect, because as part of my HPL, I'm going to have to develop a team, and I'm going to have to get other people involved, and I'm going to have to stay on task, and I'm going to have to set goals. And I'm like, that's perfect. That does everything. I'll be able to mentor people and coach people and work on my time management all throughout this, culminating in this project. Now, that was my best choice according to them. I've had plenty of other people say, oh, it was way off. Well, that's okay, because you had 2 other choices right off the bat, but there's also a drop-down, and it'll give you about 10 other paths to choose from. So even if you think they got it totally wrong, and the other 2 really aren't close, hit the drop-down. You'll have a bunch of others to choose from. It really is up to you to decide what you want to do. I have a distinct advantage when it comes to this, and it's not that I've been in Toastmasters for 7 years. It's that I'm in 2 clubs. So when I go out there, I get to choose 2 different paths. I choose one path for this club. For my other club, I can choose something totally different. I can ignore mentoring and coaching and time management and put what is the second thing I would like to focus on. Choose one surrounding that and see where it takes me. You also have the option of saying, forget it, I don't want to do this, and take the test again and start from scratch and figure out what it is. But I still think your best option is right from the start. Answer questions quick. See what it has, and chances are it's going to find what you want to do. Now, why should you do this? Well, all of us are probably, or most of us are probably working on the existing program. I'm working on my Advanced Communicator Gold. I've got so many speeches I still have to do for that so I can get to my DTM. However, all of our clubs have an incentive, especially ones where it's an existing club where you still have a lot of people working on the old program. There's an incentive for everybody to get started on Pathways. Now, I don't know the exact details if you just simply need to go out there and choose a path, but the very first thing you're going to do, regardless of the path you choose, is an icebreaker. And you can give it about whatever you want. I decided to focus on this because in my mind, well, mentoring, coaching, let's get everybody else to get involved in pathways. And if we can get enough people within the club to do this, we will get an incentive. And I think it's a gift card for some dollar amount. Like we had for the dues, we had at least 8 people sign up, pay for the whole year. We get a $100 gift card that we can use for whatever we want, parties, food, whatever. Probably like a Walmart card or something. The same thing is going to happen for this. And really, even if you're in the middle of doing one of the previous programs, it's not going to be that big of an inconvenience. 4 to 6 minute speech, one of the shortest ones we have to do. You can give it about whatever you want. You're already going to be an expert on it. And that way, it will get our club not only started on pathways, but it'll also get us to that incentive for our club and increase our reputation and standing in our district. So everybody go out there, sign up, look at what you want to talk about for an icebreaker, and let's see if we can get this done. Thank you.
Excellent.